I'll cheat on her and dump her hard. By then, Su Wanli will definitely hate me to death. I let out a villainous laugh, making the system feel chills on its scalp. I feel like Su Wanli might just go crazy instead. The system disappeared right after saying that. Meanwhile, just as Su Wanli got home, she received a message. Aren't we dating now? Then why haven't you removed me from the block list? You've got 1 minute, or I'm going to cause trouble. Su Wanli stared at that message for a long time. Her mind filled with flashes of all the changes I had gone through recently. As if she made some kind of decision, she removed a friend from the blacklist who had been there for 2 years. After that, she went back to the study and turned on the computer. Su Wanli had already begun gradually taking over company matters. As long as nothing was happening at school, she would stay at her apartment. Right now she was sitting in front of the computer, staring at the screen with a serious expression, looking at something. Suddenly, a ding-dong broke the silence. Su Wanli didn't have time to check who sent the message, and then it was ding-dong, ding-ding-dong, ringing more than a dozen times in a row. I sent her over a dozen messages in one go. If we're going to be in a relationship, then we need to take it seriously. I have a few conditions. You need to read them carefully. If you can't meet them, then forget it. Su Wanli carefully read all the messages I sent, imagining how I looked while typing out those conditions. The corners of her lips curled up unconsciously. She didn't even hesitate and replied directly, okay. I had thought Su Wanli wouldn't agree to my 6th condition. After all, to him, Song Jinian was someone special. But when I saw her reply, the last bit of hope in me was instantly shattered. I threw my phone onto the bed and fumed. Damn it. Where exactly did it go wrong? In the quiet dorm room, Lin Luji heard a loud thud and quickly covered the small desk lamp on the table with his hand. He carefully looked back at my bed, thinking he had disturbed me by studying late at night. Sorry, did I disturb your rest? He asked softly. Lin Luji mustered his courage and asked in a low voice. Hearing his voice, I stuck my head out from behind the bed curtain and saw Lin Luji looking timidly at me. No, go ahead and keep reading, I said. Lin Luji let out a sigh of relief and added, if the light is too harsh, I can dim it a bit more. I glanced over. His desk lamp was so dim it barely gave off any light. If you dim it any further, you might as well give up on your eyes. Turn it up a bit. My curtain blocks the light. It won't bother me. As soon as I said that, Lin Luji's gaze toward me changed. The negative rumors in his heart about his supposedly outrageous roommate began to shift. After I lay back down again, Lin Luji finally smiled slightly. He stared at the desk lamp, and a warm feeling rose in his heart. Compared to his previous roommates, I was already quite easy to get along with. At least I didn't bully him like those others. That night, I had insomnia. When Su Wanli called, I was still awake, staring straight at the ceiling. What is it? I answered the call weakly. Didn't sleep well. Hearing my voice, Su Wanli asked gently. I froze for a few seconds. My frozen brain slowly began to function. Since I didn't respond, Su Wanli continued. I bought breakfast. I'm downstairs at your dorm. Why did you buy me breakfast? Obviously, I had forgotten what I told Su Wanli last night. All those messages. Su Wanli wasn't angry at all. Instead, she patiently said, didn't you say, I have to buy you breakfast every day? Her words instantly triggered my memory. I sat up abruptly. I totally forgot about that. Wait for me a second. No rush. Take your time. I'll wait for you. I have to admit, putting aside the set pairing from the original novel, Su Wanli really is a great partner choice. At least, before she turned dark. If it hadn't been for Song Jinian doing all those things to provoke him, Su Wanli might not have blackened into someone so twisted and obsessive. I quickly got out of bed, washed up, and went downstairs. Su Wanli's appearance downstairs once again became a hot topic among the guys. They discussed it with great interest, all guessing whether she was waiting for Song Jinian or for me. Not long after, news that Su Wanli had shown up downstairs at the dorm spread to Song Jinian's ears. Jinmian, Su Wanli is definitely here for you. She even brought breakfast. Hurry down there. Li Yaochuan ran in from the balcony, excitedly speaking to Song Jinian. Song Jinian was thrilled inside, but on the surface, he looked conflicted. I don't know if I should go down. If Zhao Yichen sees me, he'll go crazy again. What are you afraid of? Did you forget the recording I sent you that day? Su Wanli already warned Zhao Yichen not to mess with you again, with her protecting you. What are you still afraid of? Liao Chuan said while pulling Song Jinian outside. Go on already. Don't keep her waiting too long. Song Jinian was half pushed, half willing as he went downstairs, walking towards Su Wanli with a joyful expression. When I arrived, I saw Song Jinian standing in front of Su Wanli. Not sure what they were talking about. I narrowed my eyes. A dangerous gleam flashed in my gaze. Women really are fickle. Their words are as good as farts. But it's fine. This just makes completing the task easier. A voice filled with cold sarcasm reached Su Wanli's ears. She looked up and saw me standing not far away, full of mockery. Su Wanli pursed her lips. Looking somewhat displeased, she glanced at Song Jinian. I'll say it one last time. Don't come near me while we're at school. With that, she walked past Song Jinian and headed toward me. Song Jinian's face turned pale. The smile on his face couldn't be maintained. He wanted to call out to Su Wanli, but the other person ignored him completely. Su Wanli walked up to me. She handed me the breakfast in her hand. The next second, I slapped Su Wanli's hand away. Staring at her with sarcasm, I said coldly, "This isn't a garbage dump. I don't take things others don't want." The hot soy milk spilled from the bag instantly. Su Wanli seemed to have already anticipated my reaction, but she wasn't angry. She just glanced at the half-spilled soy milk and sighed helplessly. Won't you even listen to my explanation? Su Wanli asked gently. I curled my lips, hands in my pockets, glaring at her with a look that said settling scores after autumn. What did you promise me last night? Do you want to look at the messages you sent? Su Wanli stepped forward. Those beautiful eyes of hers stared straight at me, as if they were hooks that could steal your soul. She lifted her head and said with gentle patience, I didn't forget. He came over by himself just now. It had nothing to do with me. I raised an eyebrow, completely ignoring her explanation. I don't care whether it was related to you or not. The point is, I saw it. So, I'm going to be unreasonable. Let's see how long you can put up with me. Su Wanli was full of helplessness. She reached out to take my hand, then looked at the breakfast she had bought. I'll take you out to eat. Su Wanli held my hand and walked toward the car. I want to sit in the back. I stopped at the back door and refused to move. Su Wanli didn't force me. She opened the door and let me in. Song Jinian watched the whole time as Su Wanli indulged me. His heart felt extremely bitter. He swallowed the bitterness down, enduring the gossiping eyes from all around. He walked over with difficulty. Song Jinian came to the front passenger side. Reaching out to the door, he said, Wanli, give me a ride. I need to go out too. Su Wanli didn't say a word. She just looked toward me in the back seat. Take a cab yourself. My boyfriend doesn't like other guys riding in my car. Su Wanli said calmly. Boyfriend? Song Jinian's expression froze. He looked at Su Wanli in disbelief. Then I rolled down the window and looked at Song Jinian with a smug face. Correction. Fiance. Su Wanli chuckled softly. Fiance. Seeing that I didn't get the reaction I wanted, I suddenly felt a bit embarrassed. Annoyed, I quickly raised the window back up again. Could Su Wanli actually have feelings for me? Sure. I'm handsome and charming. But she and Song Jinian were the real pair. Song Jinian was useless though. Even with the protagonist halo, he still couldn't overshadow me, the scumbag. Su Wanli could now automatically ignore my nonsense thoughts. She didn't even glance at Song Jinian. Just got in the car and locked the door. The car started and drove off, leaving Song Jinian behind in utter embarrassment. His fists clenched tightly, eyes fixed on the direction the car had gone. The onlookers around, none of them expected it to end like this. Clearly, until just recently, Song Jinian and Su Wanli were the assumed couple in everyone's eyes. When did Su Wanli and I go public? Liao Chuan had followed Song Jinian downstairs, originally hoping to help his friend score, but instead saw him suffer such humiliation. He stood from afar, eyes full of sympathy for Song Jinian. When the car disappeared down the road, he jogged over to Song Jinian's side. Jinian, don't be sad. Su Wanli must have her reasons. Li Yaochuan consoled Song Jinian with deep concern. Head lowered, struggling to suppress the hate surging in his heart. Trying hard to make his voice sound normal. He muttered dejectedly, they were engaged all along. I was the extra one all along. Li Yaochuan quickly shook his head. No, clearly you and Su Wanli are the real couple. It was Zhao Yichen who came in between and messed everything up. Song Jinian lowered his head, choking up. But this is the reality. Even though we've known each other since childhood, even though there were feelings between us, she still had to accept this engagement under pressure. What should I do? I've told myself countless times not to feel this way, but I still can't help it. Just the thought of her being forced to accept someone she doesn't love makes my heart ache. Song Jinian grew more emotional as he spoke. As long as I'm here, I definitely won't let Zhao Yichen get his way. I'll make Su Wanli see his true colors. And make Madame Su hate him too. Li Yaochuan kept comforting him, completely unaware that the brother he cared about so much had nothing but scheming in his eyes at that moment. Li Yaochuan didn't say anything out loud, but deep down, he was determined to find me again. Meanwhile, Su Wanli took me to a dim sum restaurant. I sat near the window. The morning sunlight happened to shine on me. It was like I was wrapped in a glow. I rested my chin and spaced out, completely unaware that Su Wanli had entered. Su Wanli was mesmerized and couldn't help but take out her phone to capture the moment. Then she came over and sat across from me. After breakfast, Su Wanlin sent me back to school. I'll pick you up after class. Su Wanli turned to leave, but I, already in the backseat, said, I want Yang Mei. Sure, then I want a feast. All right, Su Wanli agreed. Then she watched me leave. Once I was out of sight, Fu Wanli finally let out a deep breath. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Li Qian had bandages on several parts of her body. She lay in bed, unable to move. Her phone on the table dinged. She quickly picked it up and saw a WeChat message from Song Jinian. Li Qian, am I really that useless? Why didn't she choose me? The moment Li Qian read the message, she immediately knew I had approached Song Jinian again. Thinking about her current condition, unable to protect him, Li Qian felt a wave of guilt. Once I'm discharged, I'll go find him and settle the score. After a sleepless night, I was drowsy as soon as I entered the classroom. I just lay down on the desk. Students had started coming in one after another. Everyone tacitly stayed away from me. When Lin Luji came in with books in hand, he looked around and found me. Then he walked straight over. Seeing me asleep, he sat down beside me without waking me. Lin Luji gently placed the textbook next to me and quietly sat there. Everyone thought I was hard to get along with, but Lin Luji thought I was the easiest person to get along with. I noticed someone sit down next to me, but I didn't look up. Soon after, a group of people walked in, heading straight toward Lin Luji. Lin Luji, come out, we need to talk. The one speaking was Lin Luji's former roommate. 3 more guys followed behind him, their eyes fixed on him like venomous snakes. Lin Luji's face turned pale. He didn't even dare to breathe loudly. I'm talking to you. Seeing that Lin Luji didn't respond, the tone became annoyed. Lin Luji clenched his fists tightly, struggling internally for a moment, then softly said, class is about to start. The guy sneered, so you mean you're not going? Lin Luji's hands were clenched even tighter. He gathered his courage and replied, I've already moved out of room for 101, and we're not even that close. Oh, moved out, and now you've grown a spine, huh? Is it because this young master didn't take good care of you before? Lin Luji's head was already as low as it could go. One of the guys beside him got annoyed by his answer and reached out to shove Lin Luji's head. Getting bold now, huh? Even daring to disobey Zhang Xiao's orders? Lin Luji was caught off guard, and with that shove, he bumped straight into me. I was trying to catch up on sleep, already sleeping lightly because of the noisy environment. That bump immediately set me off. Can't you understand human language? He said he doesn't know you. Can't you get that? I looked up and said coldly, Zhang Xiao. At first, they didn't realize the person sitting next to Lin Luji was me. Now seeing me, they were stunned. Then, with sarcasm, one of them said, oh, I thought it was someone important. Turns out it's that clingy guy Who keeps chasing after Su Wanli? Young Master Zhao, why aren't you chasing your fiancée today? Or is it because she doesn't like you at all? I closed my eyes and let out a cold snort. Then I suddenly stood up, glaring coldly at Zhang Xiao and his crew. But I was speaking to Lin Luji. Sit back down. Lin Luji hesitated for a few seconds, worried that he'd brought trouble to me.